Alright, this is a reading for Aquarius for this week. Let's see. We're going to start off with a few songs that I channeled while drawing your cards. We have Disturb the Light, Tyrese, Why Are You Gonna Act Like That, Slayer, Flesh Storm, and the Offspring, Stuff Is Messed Up. And I think I need to add a few more songs to that to make it even 6. So we will see how that goes. You probably know as well as I do. You can just read them below. So as you know, this week, right now, you feel like the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, running away from responsibility or friendship, yin-yang of choices, leaving behind that which does not serve you, abandoning a plan or goal, disillusionment, making a great matter of something that is already very trivial. Yeah, it could just be you need a change of scenery, which is fine. We all need that every once in a while. And then the week's theme is the Lovers. The Lovers is attraction, choices, good decisions, sex, physical proof, soulmates, true love, good physical relationships, passionate feelings, good choices made, the end of troubles. Every time I read The Lovers, I always think about, like, a bottle. You don't really know what's in the bottle, but it could be anything. It's like one of those 40 bottles with the paper on the outside. But yeah, with The Lovers, I always think about that for some reason, which is very weird. Anyway, the challenge of this week is going to be the Temperance. The Temperance is moderation, temperance, what comes with compromise and compatibility, a mix of things, the ability to recognize and analyze a situation, no excess tendencies, maintaining a good image, possibly being too temperate, with past, present, and future. So, like, right now you could just be you're like, humans have this thing where, like, things are acted upon them. With Temperance, if you're a Sagittarius, mostly things are mixed together. You're always, like, mixing things to a point of alchemy, like you can manifest anything. But with you fighting against this kind of alchemy thing that's going on in your own life, you're kind of like, you want to be inspired by an action or by an approach, and it's really not happening for you. So it's kind of challenging to look at Temperance and be like, yeah, let's compromise. Like, you don't want to compromise. You're kind of like, I've been doing what I've been doing for a while now, and it works, you know. I get inspired by certain things, and then other things I just leave alone, and that's kind of how it is. Like, you don't want to be, like, mixing things together, and, like, you don't like certain things. You don't like what's in your soup, you know what I mean? Anyway, so you're fighting against that. You're fighting against your past, your present, and future things, because you're kind of living in the moment right now, so, which is cool. And then the lessons, and let's see, lesson to remember this week. We have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is emotionally controlled, intuitive, emotionally mature, passionate, devoted, socially intelligent. So you kind of have this filter on you where you just say what you feel. Usually people just say things like that aggravate them or get them emotionally bombarded. But with, you know, Aquarius, it's like, I'm gonna say this, so then, like, the room, you know, holds my attention for a minute. But, yeah, but you're very passionate about things, you're very mature about things. You kind of know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it, so. And that's kind of a thing that a lot of people don't really have. You know, it takes them a while. And then we have the lesson that you will learn this week, which is the Fool. So, new beginnings for sure. Something foolish in all its forms, lack of careful thinking, disregard for consequences, mania, and access. So the heat of the moment got you there. Somebody's gonna say something, you might say something. But it's gonna be very out of character for you to say something like that. So, people could be looking at you side-eyed for a minute, you know. But yeah, it's probably gonna be something that slips out that's kind of not in the best tone, and it might be coming out of left field for you. So just be aware of that. If you kind of lose friends over what you said, don't take it personally. They'll come back eventually. But then you have the gift of the week, which is going to be the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords in reverse is a victory won at the expense, at an excessive cost, a moment of power. So, like, it's going to be a very different, very, very different approach for you. You're coming way out of left field. Like, usually Aquariuses aren't ones to be like, oh yeah, let's go for power, let's go and conquer a country. You're more spiritual than that. You're kind of like, you go with the flow, you're hopeful people, you kind of are more charismatic. But yeah, conquering, being in a form of power that's kind of more of a, you know, I don't want to say it. It's kind of like a conquering energy. It's not you, but yeah. You might want to do it nicely. Let's put it to you that way. Anyway, whatever you do, it's going to be an interesting week for a lot of people. A lot of people are going into your energy. You're going into their energy. So it's kind of like, so whoever your friends are, you're kind of going to be a sponge for their energies and their aggressions. So just be careful. And I think that's the end of this. Alright. Anyway, if you like this reading, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas for my next video, leave them in the comment section. Usually, if there's an idea, I will give you a time frame or a date in which it's going to air, so you can tune into that. But yeah, this seems to be a very interesting week for very, very many people. Yeah, nobody's staying within their own energies, so it's very interesting. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading, Aquarian. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anyway, bye now.